Hello gamers, it is time for another episode of Let's Play the Repopulation.
Hello gamers, I am Tigwyk, this is the Repopulation, and tonight I was hoping to go over the most efficient ways to skill up and to, not waste a lot of time attempting to grind some skills up, right? So, I'll bring up my skill list here, just so you can see what I'm talking about. All I'm really talking about is getting these numbers up the most efficient way that you possibly can. So it's fairly simple, the process. I happen to have learning stims on me as an example. So you want to get the best quality learning stims that you can find. Whether that means purchasing the learning stim one from the vendor. There's a couple vendors around. There's one in Plymouth that I think it's the Medic in Plymouth, and Plymouth or Setfall, around wherever you can get them pretty easily. Other players can craft the learning stim 2, 3, etc. 3 is the best, and as you can see here, if I bring up the tooltip for it, the A9 quality ones give me 27.8% increase to my skill gain for 30 minutes. So half an hour of 27.8% better skill gain. That stacks with the the entertainer buff. I don't have it because I'm not an entertainer, but it stacks with the entertainer buff that gives you some huge amount. 30% extra. It's some huge amount of bonus from that entertainer buff as well that gives you more enhanced skill gain. And then you combine that with the learning stim, they stack, you get that much more combined skill gain. That's the stacking as much skill gain as you possibly can and going out there and just doing whatever it is you need to do to skill up. So in this case, if it's, for instance, I don't know, let's close that. I don't know, like combat is easy. You just go out and you use that weapon. That's all it takes. You go out with your skills up like this and you go use that weapon. The only thing that I would say on top of all that is that while you're doing that, make sure you're doing it in a place that is as dangerous as you can survive in. So, and the reason I say that is that you get better SI points, and you do get SI points from killing stuff just randomly and from mining and all sorts of other stuff that gives you extra, these kind of bonus SI points. I have like a bazillion poor quality trade skill SIs for some reason right now. These you can dump into your actual skills at a certain ratio depending on what quality they are, and skill up those skills without having to grind them. So the whole point is that you would be, the thing is you have to go somewhere where you can survive, but it is still dangerous, because then the SI will be worth your time. Right now, and this is why the poor quality trade skills that I have, or the poor quality trade skill SIs that I have, the skill imprinting points, I might have 611, but I can't put those into any trade skill that are over 200. You can notice here, like my carpentry is very, very low. I can put SIs, I can put these low quality, these poor quality trade skill SIs into carpentry, but as soon as it crosses over 200, it won't let me spend them on carpentry anymore. Like right now, if I choose, well, I'm not at a machine, but if I was at a machine, it would give me the option of a little slider here on the skill that I choose, and allows me to dump, the SIs into that skill, and it would give me a certain amount of that skill up. But if it's over 200, you don't even have the ability to do it. That's for poor quality. Lesser quality gets, you have more standard quality, greater quality, until all the way down to excellent, you can dump into, I believe, anything at any skill gain, any skill level. So I would use excellent to level up my mining, because my mining's already at 4400, 4404 of 6000. 6000 is Grandmaster mining. I can still use excellent quality trade skill or trade skill SIs to put into my mining trade skill, even though it's quite high. So you would be aiming to get the best quality SI points that you possibly can wherever you're doing whatever it is you're doing. If you're mining, for instance, and you've got your learning stim and your entertainer buff, and you're going out and you're just mining something, make sure you're mining in an area that is dangerous or high level. If you're in Freedom Town or Plymouth, you're not really going to get the SIs you want, because those areas are starting areas. The entirety of them, for the most part, is starting area. You might make it, I don't know if you probably go up to standard quality SIs, but that's only so good to a certain point. If you work your way out to Set Falls, Cavo, what's that other, the fiery place? Wow, I forget the name of it. But those places you end up getting greater quality and excellent quality SIs, which means you can be just farming a bunch of mining materials and just consistently mining for an hour or two at one spot that regrows. While you're doing that, you'd be getting greater quality, excellent quality SIs in the batches of 11 or 12 maybe per time that it happens. Over time, because you're not going anywhere and you're not actually spending them, you'll have amassed enough to dump a fair amount of skill into one of your chosen skills, which means that while you're grinding whatever it is you're grinding, you can either choose to dump those back into that skill and skill it up even further, or dump them into something else entirely, and you've just gained a bunch of skill in something you didn't have to grind out, which is fabulous, right? So take that to heart. Those are the most efficient ways to really level up your skills in the game so far, is to make sure you stack your learning stims, you get your entertainer buff, and you go out and earn SI at the highest quality you possibly can so that you can dump those into whatever it is you want to use to skill yourself up faster. The whole process, when it ties together and you're aware of how it works, you can be very efficient with how you level up or how you skill up your skills there. And you can be, Grandmaster in no time if you really put your nose to the grindstone. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you like this kind of thing, please do hit the thumbs up below, and possibly subscribe if you're interested in that. I do produce content fairly regularly, once a week, sometimes twice a week if I'm really lucky. And do please comment or leave some feedback for me. I love to take that under advisement, and I've used all the comments so far to kind of shape where I'm going with all this, and I really appreciate the feedback. So have a good one. I will see you guys in the next video.